Salute. Telling me we're live. Yep.
Say hi to everybody while I'm getting everything configured again.
Well, hello there. Thank you guys for hanging out and waiting for us. Poor Oz, the man behind the curtains, having a hell of a night, but we're getting there. We're about to get the show on the road.
You want to check the sound for us, Chanda? I see how that's
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Let's see. Trying to get some of my good. Yeah, we got good sound.
Good sound. That's amazing. I
Good sound.
didn't even think we would have good sound tonight.
No, we didn't have sound 5 minutes ago. So.
Yeah, we didn't have sound 5 minutes ago. Okay, I need to throw up a quick card here on Rockfin because I didn't get a card up.
It's been one of those days, one of those crazy days, but we got a hell of a good show lined up and an awesome intro. We've got Steve waiting in the green room with us. Steve Cutler live.
What do you charge? You charge by the minute, Steve?
Right.
Okay, I'm going to back you out and start the show like we're supposed to.
Back that thing up.
Back that thing up.
Back it up.
Please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey, okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okie dokie, boomer.
Okie dokie, boomer. Only 20 minutes late.
That's how we roll, man. That's just how we roll.
Oh, it is. I hope Okie dokie came out okay. We have a live performance tonight from our very good friend, Steve Cutler. I'm getting you set here, Steve. As soon as you see yourself on screen, you can address the chats and tell everybody about yourself, what you're doing, where you're going, and everything else, and then we'll get you going. So take it away, Steve.
Hey, y'all. How's it going? I turned my...
I think I got you.
There we go.
There we go.
How's everybody doing? Nice to see you.
Hey, you're looking good too, Steve.
This is kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
And wrought with weird technical things that happen, ghosts and what have you. All right, I'd like to play a song for you all. Yeah, you guys look fantastic, as always. Happy Saturday night. It's kind of an angry song. Picture of bright blue ball just spinning free. It's dizzying possibilities. Painted with the skin of sky, brushes a cloud to sea. Call it home for you and me. A peaceful place, so it looks from space. Closer look reveals the human race. Full of hope, full of grace is the human face. All ashes all fall down. Watching the bulbs revolve and the nighttime falls. And again the hunt begins, and again the blood wind calls. By and by again, I said the morning sun will rise, but the darkness never goes from some man's eyes. Oh no, no, it rolls the sidewalks and it strolls the streets, sticking turf and dividing up meat. Nightmare spook, it's a piece of meat, and it's you and me. Oh, you and me. Quick blast blade in the ghetto night. Rudy's looking for a fight. Rat cat out and roll them bones. Said you need that cash to feed that Jones. Politician keep throwing stones, singing ashes, ashes all fall down now. Ashes, ashes all fall down. Commissars and pinstripe bosses roll the dice. Any way they roll, guess who gets to pay the price? Money green, proletariat gray, selling guns instead of food today. So the kids, they dance and shake their bones, and the politicians keep throwing stones, singing ashes, ashes all fall down. Ashes, ashes all fall down. Heartless powers try to tell us what to think. If the spirit's sleeping, then the flesh is ink. History's page will be neatly carved in stone, because the future's here. We are it, we are on our own. We are on our own. We are on our own. We are on our when the game is lost and we're all the same. No one left to play, so take the blame. We will leave this place an empty stone. Oh, that shining ball of blue that we can call our home. So the kids, they dance and shake their bones, and the politicians keep throwing stones, singing ashes, ashes all fall down, y'all. Shifting powders back and forth, singing black goes south and white comes north. In a whole world full of petty wars, yes, and I got mine and you got yours. When the current fashion sets the pace, lose your step, fall out of grace. In the radical, he rants and raves, singing someone's got to turn that page. When the rich man in his summer home singing just leave well enough alone, well, his pants are down and his cover's blown. Politicians keep throwing stones, singing ashes, ashes all fall down now. Ashes, ashes all fall down. Picture a bright blue ball just spinning, spinning free. It's dizzying possibilities. Ashes, ashes all fall down. Thanks, y'all.
Ah, fucking amazing, Steve. I love that song. That was great.
Yeah,
What
that
an
was
amazing
great. Yeah,
message.
thank you so much, Steve, and thank you for all that great artwork you've been doing for all of our sisters and brothers out there who are actually on the left. Thank you so much. And can we get you back again sometime, Steve?
Absolutely. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
If that seemed to be effective and work as
Yeah.
planned.
Well, it didn't work as
Yeah, man,
planned,
sign
but
me up.
I think it worked. I hope
That's glad, yeah.
yeah, when you go back and listen to it again, you'll have an idea of how it sounded, and then we can get in there and tweak it and fix it, and that would just
Heck
be
yeah.
great. So thanks again, Steve. You have a great evening, and
Fantastic.
we'll see you next time.
Thank
right,
you
thanks.
again.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye bye.
Great way to start a Saturday night.
Oh yeah, that is a lot better than we originally started out. Oh my God.
Take a deep breath and let's just get into the groove of this.
Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, and you know what? My mouse didn't even work. Everything crashed at once. It was just,
Yeah, I did.
it was Bermuda Triangle stuff. So you know that's the way life is, I think. So anyway, Chanda, let's see what we got here. Let me go over here and. Yeah, I'm still doing a few tweaks here and there, so I apologize.
Can you mute Steve's mic?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. We're still picking up a little background feed in the green
I think
room,
I got
so-
it. I got it. There we go. I
Okay,
think
good
that's it.
job.
That's it. Okay, now tonight we have a different kind of a background, so I'm working with that as well. But here we are. I think we're kind of on track. Hi, everybody. You want to do some shout outs there, Chanda, while I keep monkeying with this?
Yeah, epilepsy seizure warning. Don't stare at the screen too long. Yeah, let me find some of our chats. You guys have been awesome tonight to be hanging out as long as you have. Hope you enjoyed the opening as much as I did. Well, let's see, who do we got? We got Gamer. Hey, Gamer. Sorry to hear about your uncle. Keith Hayes, Shadow Band, Lucky Burrito. Isn't he amazing? And yes, I love my garden gnomes too. I have Rick Gnomes of Gnomeland Security. Who else? I see you. I see you. Josh Adams. No, you weren't late. We were late. We're always late. Let's see. Who else do we got? Schulte. I see you, Schulte. You didn't get past me. Free thinker. Neither did you. And Chris Foster. Wow. That's a crazy Saturday night you were talking about. Jenna. Yes, I will dye your hair anytime. Let's see. Well, if I catch you, I'll catch you on the next round. Let me see who's over on the Rock Fin. The Rock Fin. Hey, Jim. Fred Edwards. Welcome. Things that Rockfin wants you to know. Okay, yeah. Zoxo Voxo. Welcome. Okay, I think we're caught up. Oh, I didn't get natural progressive.
I got
Shayar.
yeah, Shayar.
You got it?
Boiled rope lamppost, I love it. And lightning rod.
great.
Hey, what's going on, lightning rod?
Batman fan.
Yeah, Pat. I can't hear myself now, Chanda, so I need to
Oh,
fix that.
shit.
So it's just one thing after another tonight, so I'm just having a
Never ending.
great old time. Now I can hear myself. I'm fine. VSA Dams. Yeah, Keith Hayes. Good job this morning, Keith Hayes, on the No Joke. Really appreciate your positioning on your views on there. It gives a good contrast to the other hosts, which is great. Webb Marcus almost did a good job again, as usual, as far as his ideology goes. So let's hear it for you guys. We have...
Guys, send the guys my love. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
So
it
I
has
send my
been.
best. I send my best.
Keep an eye on everybody and see how they're doing and pump them up. The big story tonight is not so big anymore. It was big yesterday. But look at
Huge
this.
Yesterday.
Do you like this background, Chanda? I made this today.
Ooh, a drowning man will always try to drag you down with them, is the take I'm taking on this.
I think you're exactly right. These guys went all in yesterday morning, starting with Chick Uger and then Hannah Kasparian. She wanted some of that. And it was absolutely a sight to see. And again, they have blown themselves to bits with doubling down on bullshit. And truly, I don't even know what they're thinking right now. Do you have any idea what they're thinking? I have no idea.
Well, yeah, I do. I do know what they're thinking. I think they're thinking they can't get 3,000 people to watch their damn live stream. And they're sinking because everybody sees them for the freaking shills and, grifters that they are. Because that's exactly what they are. They're the ones making Katzenberg's money, right?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Anyways,
yeah, yeah.
they don't do a lick of journalism, but we're going to get into that because we got a lot of different aspects and points of views for this. So yeah, we'll break it down.
Yeah, and again, I'm embellishing with this GIF in the back of us. I just had to do something. I wanted to do a melting down of a nuclear power plant, but I didn't. I have to say though, again, I don't get what they were doing, and but Max Blumenthal kind of summed it up. Tell me if you hear this, because I haven't even
Jimmy
tested.
Dore yesterday was just amazing.
Yeah,
If
and
you
he
can
was
watch
calm.
the
He
videos
was
of that.
calm. He was just
He was so
chuckling and everything. But let's hear what Max has to say, and then we'll expand on that a little bit. Hey, Jenna Colby, nice to see you.
Operation in support of the Democratic Party, which is just the status quo. It's just a dominant faction of the establishment, completely pro-war, pro-Wall Street party. You look at what happened to Ilhan Omar today. That's the Democratic Party. You know, a bunch of pro-Israel, Islamophobic racists silenced her, and she completely backpedaled on what she had said, which was a factual and which was an already kind of a flawed anti-imperialist critique. But then she whimpered away and said, well, I would never compare the Taliban and Hamas to the U.S. and Israel, which are democratic countries with functional legal systems.
No.
So that's the Democratic Party, and that's what they're a part of. They're basically a really fading arm of an exposed establishment in a failing empire. And if you judge from the ratio that Anna experienced today, they're just not, they don't have their finger on the pulse of where the people are in this country or anywhere else in the world. And on a day when Peru has elected a leftist president in a country that has just experienced tidal waves of the same kind of anti-communist hysteria that we experienced during the Cold War and also during Russiagate, this is what they choose to talk about: smearing independent journalists. So TYT is really a thing of the past. It's like it's basically these two talking to themselves in some air-conditioned, glorified garage connected to the financial feeding tube of some Wall Street billionaire, attacking everyone who's trying to do something real.
Yep.
I like that part.
Exactly.
Yeah, that financial feeding tube of some Wall Street billionaire. Our brother Franco.
Operation in support of
this is other brother Franco was saying the other day. He can't understand who still defends TYT. And somebody put out a poll and they asked, when did you stop watching TYT? And it was pretty unanimous, 2016.
2016.
Yeah. So
yeah, and we'll get a little bit more into that too. I have a lot to say about that. But when I was watching this Max Blumenthal interview yesterday, it was on Jimmy. I was sitting here and I kept saying, TYT, it doesn't do anything more than what we fucking do. We're commentators. I don't ever see them out on the street like doing real journalism like we see so many of our brothers and sisters doing. They never chase down a story. They never look into anything. They regurgitate something that they fucking have found on the internet. That's all they've done in the last 4 fucking years. Or they crawl up a Neolip's ass like Madeleine Albright.
Oh my God, that was horrible. I mean, that was the biggest. That was a career ender, as far as I'm concerned, for Anna Kasparian. I mean, really, you go in there and do that. But again, Franco asked who's defending, and Oz volunteers to defend TYT, and that's how I can defend TYT, I guess, is just commit suicide. Yeah, I tried to find the toaster in the bathtub one, but that was not available. That's my favorite.
I love that movie.
And I don't think Bill Murray liked that movie. I think he was frustrated making that whole movie.
He was frustrated making the movie. And I loved What About Bob, which he had a lot of problems too. Him and Richard Dreyfuss hate each other. Like, I think there was even a restraining order at one point.
Yeah, I think you are right. And What About Bob? Classic. That was classic. That was a great movie. I mean, this is where
I think he went method for that, and so he drove Richard Dreyfuss crazy.
yeah. Well,
I basically think that's what happened.
I don't think it's too far to push Richard crazy. So I just, that's a great actor. I think they're both actors. Some people critique actors as far as they're like Adam Sandler in every movie, but I think there's some dimension there with.
Well, he's been a disappointment as he's gotten older, hasn't he?
Who's that?
Sandler.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Stuff funny, and I used to think he was hilarious.
Yeah.
He was my generation.
I thought he was funny for about 2 years, and that was about it. But
Waterboy, Billy Madison, that shit was funny, but his newer stuff,
yeah, it gets kind of old, doesn't it, Chanda?
Yeah, it's the same stupid, fart jokes.
I don't know why I put this in here, other than putting your reface in there. Chink Uger saying he attacks the very best progressive journalist in America, Ryan Grimm. Democracy Now!, Amy Goodman. And Jimmy took it easy on David Sirota, because I was there. You and I were both listening in real time. What happened there is Jimmy threw some poo at David after he'd just been on the show, and David had to come back on, and he got back in Jimmy's face. I think it was a pretty fair exchange, don't you?
Well, yeah, no, he was a chicken shit. So Sirota went to Twitter and started tweeting out bad shit, and Jimmy's like, "Hey, you want to come back on and talk to me face to face?" And
well, yeah, I was hollering at them to bring him back on because he was over on Twitter. And the thing of it is that David Sirota was wrong. McCarthy, there's no way McCarthy would have become speaker. No way. So David,
no way. That was just stupid. That was gaslighting.
You know what? And I still follow David. I think he puts out some great stuff. And
he's still on my Twitter too. But I'm not a fan.
But to put Ryan Grimm and David Sirota in the same sentence, no, I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so. I'll take David Sirota over Ryan Grimm all day long and then some. But Ryan Grimm,
barely, but I will take.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, and Ryan Grimm's just sucking on Pierre's toes over there at the Intercept. So that's just another.
I've never been able to stand Grimm. He's just drips of that neo-lib sellout, and I get it. He's got a house full of kids and a wife to support. He's got to pay the freaking bills. I get where he's at, why he does what he does.
I do too, but you know what?
You can tell him he can't stomach it. He hates himself. He has to get up and look himself in the mirror every fucking day, and he knows he's a fucking sellout.
I know.
Jake at least showers himself in luxury items like $10,000 watches and Armani suits and shit. So at least, he doesn't have that guilt on him every day like Grimm.
Well, yeah, and the thing of it is that, Jimmy pointed that out. Uger has an ego the size of the Empire State Building.
So does Kasparian.
And so does Kasparian. Huge egos there. And Jimmy's got his own ego. I think, we've heard, he's full of himself sometimes. But you know what? You got to have a little ego to be successful. A little bit.
Yeah, you can't do this if you don't have it.
No, you don't. I have no ego. When it comes to audio, it wins every time. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Anyway, Jimmy attacks the Intercept, Democracy Now! And anyone that's not a Republican. That's bullshit. Once again, so.
What did Anna have to say about this?
I don't know what Anna said about this. What did she have to say about this? Can I get her to speak? What do you think, Anna?
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
One more time.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
Yeah,
that sounds just like her, too.
It does. It definitely does. And I love throwing shade at these people. Just a point of fact here for everybody. Chick Uger's net worth is $5 million. That's where I got that.
You know what? I'm so sick and fucking tired of these, and I'll even go after Crystal on this one.
Oh, yeah.
These journalists who lord over us and tell us this is what you need to support and this is how you need to support it. And they're not even in the same fucking class as us.
I know, but I have hope for Crystal. I think she's done some great reporting so far.
I know you do.
And she's with her husband combined $44 million. I mean, it's the Millionaires Club, and I'll say it again right here to everybody. If the millionaires are fighting amongst themselves, I'm going to side with the millionaire that's speaking the right talk. But bottom line is the people, the real heroes in all this, the real people out there that are doing something are you guys who are being engaged, and actual people doing journalism like Aaron Matei, like the Convo Couch, like Fee and Pasta, getting in the field. And there are others out there. And everybody that goes to these events to support journalists like Chanda and Amber and Franco and Steve and all of them, all of them who get out there who can support, they're the real progressives, and they're gonna do change. So that's where I'm at there.
How do you know?
I gotta get away from here. I don't know why I even have this in here. McCarthy meltdown shows Russian things. I think I just put this in because.
Dude, there's no what the fuck? You don't just make accusations if you have absolutely no proof of anything. Isn't there liable?
Yeah, there is, but I don't know how it works with those millionaires, fighting with each other. I don't think Aaron Matei is a millionaire.
No.
And again, shit, guys, really, I tell you, one millionaire that made me sicker than shit today was Bill Maher last night. I don't know if you saw
Yeah,
his,
that made me sick.
that was horrible. That was the worst one yet. So, go ahead and watch it. His new rules. That was the worst new rules that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And he didn't even believe it himself, I don't think, the way he parsed it. It was horrible. Talk about a piece of shit. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So let's hear what Hillary has to say. Is Hillary going to say something about
I
this?
managed to animate
Shut
our,
up! I'm sorry. I mean, shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up! I'm sorry. I mean, shut up.
You saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Chanda is dipping her toe into the pool of animation. And that is just awesome. Thank you, Chanda. That is so cool.
I should have unboxed her. That's our Hilda Beast that we got in Washington, D.C. She's an award over on The Dive during the weekly show, the Evening Dive. And I finally got to animate her.
Is she still at your house, or is she in transit to my house, or what?
It's packed up, bubble wrapped, ready to go in the box. I just need to go drop her off at the post office. I live in a retirement community, and those fuckers love to hang out at the post office. Well, they like to drive through it, but that's a different story. But it takes like an hour to go through the line at our post office.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I got to either go really early in the morning or,
Oh my
work it
God.
out.
Yeah, well, not like I said, no rush. No rush. I just love these animations you're doing.
The Hilda Beast.
The Hilda Beast. Let's see.
Shut up! I'm sorry. I mean, shut up.
Okay.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation.
And
Okay,
that's
there goes copyright strike number one.
yeah, number one, at least number one. But that's Chernobyl, TYT Chernobyl in the background, 30 years later, and that's what TYT has aspired to, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, they're melting down. You hear there's a new problem with Chernobyl in the last couple of months, and it's got some new, what they say it was, new composite. It's basically fusing into this like crystallized goo, and it's getting even more dangerous.
When is that going to burn a hole through the planet? I mean,
Well, they're afraid it could blow again. from what I've been hearing.
why wouldn't it? I mean, I'm not a
Right,
nuclear
right.
physicist. Where's
Well, they put that tunnel over the top of it, dome over it in 2017. So it's been building up all that pressure and heat in there for 5 years now. So
yeah? So what are they going to do? Put more cement on it? Is it like a Band-Aid that's on top of a
Cement and
festering
steel.
wound? Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, that's crazy. Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, 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 crazy. Let me see if I can switch this
Good
without her
analogy.
doing her thing again. Okay, I think we're here.
Okay.
Anyway,
So this is a super long clip, but we can't cut it. If you haven't seen this yet, you have to watch it in its entirety, right?
now you are going to give your views on this because I don't feel comfortable speaking on this. I would,
Absolutely, I will.
yeah, but I can stop it. I can stop it and start it. So go ahead and we'll listen to like what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then I'll stop it. Okay,
Okay.
and then we'll finish it out. This to me is really telling. So here we go.
Oh, so telling.
So this is the kind of things that they will stoop to try to smear somebody. They'll first McCarthy smear them. say they're working for Assad instead of debunking a pro-war narrative, say that they're being paid directly by the Russians. I mean, is there anything scummier they could do than that? I mean, why don't the next thing she's going to do is accuse Aaron of sexually harassing her? Because that's what she's going to try to do to me now. Because this is bothering them so much.
She kind of did.
Oh, she did. What did she say?
She accused him of harassing her. She accused him of harassment. So, I mean, you're halfway there.
Well, she's doing it to me because this is really driving her crazy that we're pointing out that they are doing repeating State Department talking points. They've always been pro-war. They were pro the Libyan war. They were pro-bombing Syria in 2014, 17. Cenk said Trump didn't bomb Syria enough. So he's all for bombing brown people over at the Young Turks. They're all for it. They always are. And if you debunk a pro-war narrative, they will smear you like they did. And now they're so desperate. She's saying that he had harassed her. Well, what's this? She did this to me. She sent a DM to me last night. The last DM she sent me was April 14, 2016. Watching you guys kick ass right now. That was her last DM to me. But here's how she's trying to threaten me. And I'll tell you why this is a big mistake on her part. She says, I'm sure you remember when you constantly made inappropriate comments about how sexy you found me at work and even felt the need to ask me where I shop for my jeans so you can buy a pair for your wife so she dresses better.
Thank you, Steph.
That was followed by an apology card you wrote me for the degrading harassment. I've been holding back, letting you run your mouth nonstop as if you're some sort of warrior for what's good in the world. That's going to change.
All right, Chanda.
Okay, so I've actually got a personal story when it comes to Jimmy Dore and him commenting on the way that you're dressed. So I've met Jimmy a couple of different times. And the second time I met him, the first thing he said to me was, wow, that's a great dress. That's an amazing dress you're wearing. And yeah, it was a cool dress. And Steph was standing right there with him. Like, I think that's just how Jimmy, like, he notices what people wear. Some people are that way. And I this right here is so fucking telling. It's so telling of everything I hate about this fucking Me Too movement. Like, it's weaponized, right? She says that I've been letting you go on too long, thinking that you can just, be a change for the world, think you're the change for the world. So now I'm going to punish you and I'm going to weaponize something that I had from 4 fucking years ago against you. And I really think Jimmy coming out and talking about it this way will completely shut that shit down because you can clearly see. And I just want to point out, watching you guys rock or kick ass right now, April 14th, 2016. Do you know what that was? That was 3 days before the New York primary, where fucking Bernie gave a historical speech to hundreds of thousands of people in New York, and TYT covered it. Jimmy was there right next to Cenk, and Cenk decided halfway through the fucking show that it was time to endorse Hillary fucking Clinton. So they had already sold out right in this time, right, to Hillary. It had to be Hillary. It had to be the neolibs. The fact that Jimmy has stayed quiet as long as he has about these freaking people, and come on, Anna is so full of her fucking self. She's a mean girl is what she is. That's what other women think about her, is she's a fucking mean girl. She's a spoiled elite who, even if she isn't in that elite class, she'll sure shove their narratives and their fucking talking points. And it's about, progressing her career. And it's sad that she thinks the shorter her skirt is, the further her career will go. And that's my own personal opinion about it.
Well, let's before I let go with a couple of comments, and I want you to continue after we finish watching this clip. But let's watch the rest of this, because my mouth was just dropping when I was listening to the end of this.
So now she's, instead of saying I'm paid by the Russians or saying I'm working for Assad, she's now going to try to pretend I sexually harassed her when I was at the Young Turks. So I remember I did ask her about, I want to buy a pair of jeans like that for my wife. Apparently that's offensive to her. I don't know if you ever watched the Young Turks, but all they talk about in the second hour when I used to be there was the most outrageous sex stories in the world. So, and you know, I mean, I don't want to have to tell you that Cenk literally sat next to Anna and said if he was in government, he would make it legal for people to have sex with animals. He literally said that. I'm not making that up. That people tweeted that video out. So they've said they wanted to be Howard Stern. Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian, they wanted to do the Howard Stern show, and they did for years. So now she has to make it up because we're coming at her on her journalism. So we're calling out her journalism and her McCarthyite smears, and this is how she responds. And I'll tell you this story. The story about that was followed by an apology card you wrote me for degrading harassment. Anna Kasparian used to dress, when I worked there, unbelievably inappropriately for a newsroom. She looked like she was going to a rave. The skirt, one time she came into the newsroom with a skirt so short. It wasn't a pencil skirt. It was like a fluffy one, too, but so short that she bent over in front of me, and I literally saw her ass and her thong. She's wearing a thong. I literally saw it. Everybody saw it. And I go, hey, Anna, nice news skirt. And everybody laughed. Like, they laughed louder than I thought they would. And so it humiliated her. She got humiliated in the middle of the newsroom. And I did it. And I felt bad. At that time, we were friendly. And I was just busting her balls, right, for dressing like that in a newsroom. You're going to bend over and show me your ass? I think that's a little... I'm not offended, but I think that's a little risque. Imagine if I did that. If I walked around showing my ass to everybody. So when I did that, so she got really mad. She got humiliated. Her face turned red. She tried to insult me back, and it just fell flat. And she looked, bad. And I felt bad for her. I didn't want to make her feel that, but I just wanted to make a little joke. And all I said was, "Hey, Anna, nice news skirt," and everybody in the newsroom, because everybody saw how inappropriate she dresses. She used to dress. And everybody saw it. And so that's why it got such a huge laugh, and she was so humiliated. So I felt bad for her. So the next day I wrote her a card saying, hey, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. That was inappropriate. You don't have to worry about that happening again. I won't comment on your clothes anymore. I should have said no matter how fucking ridiculous.
You mean you'll stop commenting on her thong?
On her thong, that I could see. This is how low they're stooping now, Max. She's gonna try and gin up some kind of bullshit like this, some kind of hashtag Me Too against me. And what she doesn't realize is that she's revealing that the reason why she's coming forward with some kind of accusation isn't because it bothered her and it was true and that she was traumatized, and that she's trying to get back at me because I'm telling the world about their poor journalism. So she's literally, I'm going to fucking hashtag Me Too you because of what you're saying about my journalism. That's not how it's supposed to work. That's not supposed to be a retaliation for someone critiquing your work. I'm going to hashtag Me Too you for fucking... That's not how it's supposed to work. So you kind of screwed the pooch there. But good luck. Good luck. I'm sure you'll get some shit libs to retweet it for you. But it will have... I don't have a manager. And I don't have a human resource department.
Stuff. This is what undermines the Me Too movement and, undermines people that have real, things to report, like Tara Reid.
Yeah, what was Kasparian trying to do there by sending that message
Letting
to
him
Jimmy?
Into what? Like
what? To
warning
what?
him?
What's,
I mean, if you're going to come at him, you're going to come at him.
Does that get you off, Anna? And I hate to use that term, but I'm using it.
She likes to think that she's all powerful and can get in your face and belittle you. That's what this is about.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're speaking to this. And, Gamer, somebody was talking about Alyssa Milano. They're cut from the same cloth, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
I think
neo-lib, pink pussy hat wearing, gated community,
virtue signaling.
Virtue signaling. Never stood their asses in a food bank line one time in their life.
And I have to say, I may have even commented to you ladies in a meeting at Roar about TYT, and this was maybe a year or so ago. But I said something one time about Anna Kasparian dressing inappropriately to be taken seriously on the show. I mean, really?
And that's a very slippery line. And as a woman, and I normally dress somewhat provocative. I mean, I'm pretty conservative in some ways, but I get that where people look at you and they think, well, that's inappropriate for where you're at. And I mean, you have to personally gauge that. And hopefully she'll look back and be the one that's ashamed that, yeah, she, if she's so smart, why is she,
Yeah.
But it's a slippery line. It really is a slippery line because it's a woman's choice to wear what she wants.
Yeah, I mean, doing it nude wouldn't bother me, but I don't think that's
Do you remember
appropriate.
Naked News back in the 90s or early 2000s?
Yeah, let's take a poll of everybody in the chat. Do you want Oz to be naked? I don't think so.
Want me naked either.
No, well, whatever floats your boat, everybody. But again, this is the overall thing here is her sending this, basically threatening him, and this to me looks like it could be litigated. You could get in this litigation or file a harassment. She is basically threatening him with a false accusation to him right here. So I think she's walking on thin ice with this one because he has the proof right here. And again, that just hurts people like Tara Reid and all these women that have come out against Dumpy and Biden in the past. Powerful men trying to take advantage. Weinstein. This kind of shit is what makes it even harder. And I believe Tara Reid all day long. Anna Kasparian, are you kidding me? I would never believe a word that comes out of her mouth, especially after this. So that's where I'm at there. My last word for this one is coming up here. You want to tell us where you had these taken?
Well, I met Jimmy in 2016 in Philadelphia. That's actually City Hall in Philadelphia. It was like 110 degrees. Fuck, what a day that was. That was, I think, the last day of the convention. And we were just coming out of a bathroom. He was going in like, hey, Jimmy Dore. And back then, a lot of people weren't watching Jimmy Dore yet. 2016, he was still on Young Turks. He was still, out on the field with Young Turks. And then this other one is the People's Summit. And, Jimmy's really friendly and nice when you talk to him. He's very accommodating. He's very accessible. And I could, I truly believe that it was a joke. I mean, just by the things that he said to me or, things I've heard him say, I truly believe that he didn't mean to hurt her. He made a smart ass joke.
Listen, I think that joke probably had a lot more, I don't even know what the word is, validity than Al Franken ever has.
Oh God, yeah.
Al Franken is like he was funny doing the dialing in whatever with the boob thing, but I just
they're gonna bring him back.
They're going to
They're trying to uncancel him.
They're going to uncancel. They've already tried to resuscitate George Bush, so why not Al Franken?
Oh, why not? It's just a big deal.
And I'll tell you something, you guys. I've seen Al Franken interviewed about supporting Medicare for all. He ignores the question and just walks away.
They all do. They all fucking do.
Horrible.
They're working on it. Right?
And just to be fair, Czech Uger, $5 million. Anna Kasparian, $3 million. Jimmy Dore, $1 million. Now, when you get into $1 million of assets and you live in California and by LA, it ain't nothing. And $3 million, maybe that's a little bit. $5 million, a little bit more. But these guys are playing in this poor millionaire sandbox shit. And I don't even think I would classify Jimmy, if you only have $1 million, you could say that's your house, what you have equity in your house and stuff like that. And the other thing is people giving him shit about having $1 million home in Los Angeles. Are you kidding me? You could get a that kind of home out in the sticks for what, $200,000. I mean, give me a break.
Have you ever had your net worth calculated?
Mine?
I have an insurance agent friend I've had for many years, and your net worth is everything you're projected to make in your fucking lifetime. That's like all your assets now, how much you're making per show, what your growth potential is for the rest of your life. So if somebody sues you, they can pretty much take a huge chunk of whatever your net worth for the rest of your life is going to be.
Well, I'm safe then because my calculator would be
Right,
negative.
right.
It's
Yes,
negative.
I laugh. He goes, "Oh, you're blah blah blah." I go, "No way in hell." I mean, mine was outrageous, like 750,000 or so. I was like, "What? No fucking way!" Like, I work at a quickie mart.
Yeah, a quickie mart. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, I just net worth. When you get to where I'm at, I'm not worried about it. I'm glad I don't have any money.
Right, me too.
Yeah, somebody won't take shots at me and get nothing. Anyway, to end this wonderful story, I made a reface of my new hair, and I wanted to throw it out here. What do you guys think? Any good?
I love it. It reminds me of. What does it remind me of? Huh. Who is that?
I don't know who that is, but the face fit pretty good on the bones. So it was good.
Yeah.
But that's what I think of. And John Idarola. I
won't even
he was
degrade myself. I know John had me for a long time. I actually watched John for probably 2016, 2017. He stayed away from the pitfalls of their sellout, and then he just went full board.
Yeah, he went full. Because I used to watch him back in the day.
I broke his brain.
I was watching TYT, and I'm a veteran. 2002, I started watching him. And I really didn't watch him that much since 2012. But 2016, I quit platforming their clips. It was like, really? Why bother? So again, that's...
Carrot Top.
Rest
Reminds me of How I Met Your Mother, the chick on there.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
One at band camp. This one time at band camp.
Yeah. I wish it was Willow from Buffy, but I don't think it's even close.
I've had a gnat hatching, and they're driving me crazy. I've got little gnat traps everywhere.
Oh, don't smoke it. I hear you get high.
Gnats?
Gnats. Oh, we have 4 baby chicks now. We have 4.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Farmer Oz.
Yeah, Farmer Oz. We're going to do another run. We hope to get 4 more, and then we will have more chickens. So let's see. Let's move right along here. Now that we put that to sleep, you put this in, Chanda?
Drugs. The only reason Americans know the metric system.
Ah! I love that, Chanda.
Yeah,
so
my
cute.
little commentary.
Yeah, and this we're giving you guys a little bit of taste of what we're trying to do with animations. And granted, this is not a full-blown animation program, but I did get the Relusion animation program updated today. I'm going to work on it all week. And
if we could get our audio freaking dialed in, we could have time to work.
I know, audio and animation. That's our next thing. So we want to make cartoons because, admittedly, maybe the world's going to end sooner than we would like, but we're going to go out with a smile one way or another.
That's exactly what I've got. Apple cider vinegar, a splash of water, and a couple of drops of Dawn dish soap. And I put some saran wrap over it and punch little holes in the saran wrap. So that way, once they climb in, they can't get out.
Oh, I thought you were giving us directions to hollandaise sauce.
No, you give me directions to hollandaise.
That's right. I give you the hollandaise sauce recipe. Anyway, let's see. What do we got here?
Get off of it. By the way,
Oh, that's Rick Sanchez. What's he going to tell us?
Rick Sanchez. He is going to tell us that the Sackler family, can just file bankruptcy and get away with hurting America.
All right.
Killing America.
Is that the right slide?
No, I think we're off. That's why I kind of felt thrown off.
Let me throw it back here. Yeah. There's Rick.
So weird.
No, if you made any changes to the deck, it does not refresh in presentation mode.
Oh, okay.
So
no, that's fine. Just go ahead and go with this one.
Okay, let's go. Because I see Amy Goodman should be here, but it's Rick Sanchez. Okay, let's hear what Rick's got to say.
Get off of it. By the way, new documentary out. It tackles this issue. It's called The Oxy Kingpins. It's going to air on the TYT network. Here, take a look.
The people who were making the drugs, they understood that this was a cash cow for them. The manufacturers, the distributors, the big store pharmacies, They're all part of it, and that's why we've brought a lawsuit. They knew that there were people in the field that were illegal distributors. They're saying, I don't even know who these people are. They know exactly who the people are.
That was Mike Papantonio, and that is Mike Papantonio. He joins us now live. Pap, so good to see you. As you know, Mike Papantonio is the host of American Lawyer here at RT America. We're so honored to have him on to talk about this, something he knows as well as anybody out there, anybody in the country. Let's start with the idea that in our system, that somehow our system of justice allows people to do things that they don't necessarily have to be responsible for. Is that kind of what we're seeing here? And is it a system-wide problem?
It is, Rick. Let me step outside the opioid litigation and talk about the general problem. In MBA school, here's what they're taught. They're taught you can take big risks and you can make big profit, and here's how it works. You're going to do some stuff that you're going to get caught for. You're going to have dangerous products that you know are going to kill people. Your scientists say they're very dangerous. They shouldn't be on the market. You're going to destroy entire ecosystems because of the chemicals that you put in the ground, knowing that it's going to destroy that ecosystem. At the end of the day, though, all you have to be concerned about is how do you interact with regulators, because the EPA, dysfunctional, the FDA, dysfunctional, the SEC, dysfunctional, and to some degree, the DOJ, dysfunctional, is going to come to you and say, you know, we're going to fine you, Mr. Widget Maker, for $150 million. To the average person on the street, it sounds like a lot of money. But Widget Maker has made $10 billion that year. So Widget Maker says, yeah, I'll pay the $150 million, $150 million, because they make a big profit. Then they say, when things really get bad, when people like Papantonio or Mark Lanier, my friend out in Texas, or the other folks that are involved in this national litigation on opioids, when we go after you in big numbers, we're going to get protection from the courts, because that's the way the system works, and we're going to use the system. They're taught this in MBA school, and the problem is, let's walk away from opioids. Let me just talk about in general. Until we perp walk, until you put them in a perp walk, these corporate types, whether it's chemical, whether it's medical, whatever it is, when we know they're criminals, but they don't look like criminals because they're dressed up in Armani suits, they drive Bentleys, they have fancy watches. They come from an elite MBA school, so we don't treat them the same way, Rick. Our culture is upside down. The kid on the street with a hoodie on, selling marijuana on the corner, if he does it 3 times and he's caught, he's going to prison the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Harsh reality, huh?
Yeah, that was a great reality. I love that. He just described exactly how we described Cenk Uygur.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Money suit, expensive watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll harken back to the housing crisis, 2008. Jamie Dimon got fined the bank, I guess, $6 million. They made buttloads of money. I don't know for sure. I know it was $1 billion plus. And they got fined. So they paid the fine. Nobody went to jail. Until we start putting these assholes in jail, they're going to keep doing it, because that's the cost of doing business, these fines. And they're nothing. They're absolutely nothing. They're buying off. Yeah, they're buying our politicians off for pennies on the dollar. And those politicians are dumber than shit just for that. Just for that. So
sell out for $10,000.
Are you kidding me?
Fucking kidding me?
Really?
Sold out for fucking $12,000?
Yeah, and some of them, of course, some of them get the back deal job. When they get out, they get a $4.5 million a year job. But up front, $10,000, $20,000, $100,000, whatever. Ridiculous. Great report. Let me see. I'm going to pull the lever and see where we go from here.
Lever.
Amy Goodman.
There's Amy.
Amy. All right. What's Amy got?
You know, the Biden administration just protecting Trump again.
Oh, my God, Amy. What a disappointment.
Attorney General Merrick Garland
I can't hear her.
Supporting the Justice Department's
Nervy.
decision to defend former President Trump against a defamation lawsuit brought by a woman who accused Trump of raping her in the 1990s. E. Jean Carroll filed the suit in 2019 after Trump said he would not have assaulted her because, quote, she's not my type. Justice Department lawyers told a federal court this week Trump cannot be held personally liable for the comments since he made them while he was president. Attorney General Garland defended the decision to a Senate committee Wednesday.
The essence of the rule of law is what I said when I accepted the nomination for Attorney General. It is that like cases be treated alike, that there not be one rule for Democrats and another for Republicans, that there not be one rule for friends and another for foes.
E. Jean Carroll blasted the Biden administration for defending Trump, writing in a statement, quote, as women across the country are standing up and holding men accountable for assault, the DOJ is trying to stop me from having that same right. I am angry. I am offended, E. Jean Carroll said.
Me too. Not
my type. She's not my type.
Yeah, I mean, because he was president at the time, he can't be. Yeah. Why is that? What's wrong? What the hell?
Friend, foe, it don't matter. They're going to protect him.
It's a big club, baby, and you ain't in it. They're going to protect the rapists and the pedophiles and the corruption and everything else. So this story in particular kind of pisses old Oz off in a big way.
I got quite a few more that are going to piss you off. That's not the only time they defended Trump this week.
Well, I'm speaking up for my demographic, the boomers, and I think most of us are pissed off when we see this because we're old school. It's bullshit. Yep. All right, what do we got here? It's Grim Report. What the hell?
Yeah, he's just singing the corporate tune again.
Yeah, did I put this in? Grim, a.k.a. I put this in because it's Grim, a.k.a. Human Ambien. Boy, that nailed it. I have to.
He is Human Ambien.
He's Human Ambien, and I still haven't heard whether. I just know that Rising's numbers are so in the toilet, and it's.
I heard they were leaving already. I don't. Might have been a joke, but
yeah, probably.
I heard they were leaving.
Probably. I just, you know what, I can hit them when they're down all day long, but honestly, it's what highlights how bad they're doing is how well Sagar and Crystal are doing over on their stuff. So. Makes complete sense.
I'm sure you're going to keep us well updated on that.
I will. I don't have anything from them. They were busy this week. I didn't get too much from them.
No, I think there's some Rising or not Rising, whatever the new show is.
Yeah, there's one in there. I think. I think I put it in the other day. But I think
I've got Ryan talking about Fox News next.
Fox News. Okay.
Yeah, this is the newest group.
What does the Fox say? What the fuck say? What the fuck say?
What the fuck say?
About Fox. They shut up about the Republicans already.
Yeah, this is my complaint about Tom Hartman. He's got TDS so bad. Trump's been out of office for 6 months now, and Tom Hartman's still Trump.
They all are.
I want to reface Tom Hartman with Trump. That's the first reface I'm going to do in my studio.
Nice.
So it breaks my heart because Tom's such a smart guy, but he needs to go see a doctor, in my opinion. So
he is.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. Smart guy. Yeah. Let's see what's next. What do we got? What's this? Oh, I grabbed this. I grabbed this.
This is a reface I did.
Yeah, your reface. Yeah, this spoke to me. The aimless empire. It's simply time to state the obvious but unsayable. To run our palms over the rough skin of the elephant in our living room. The American empire no longer knows what to do in the world. It is lost in the 21st century forest, evermore alone. I think that was a great, I picked that was War Day 7,206 War Days. So that's the American Empire. Yeah, that was a good one. And you did this reface, and I think it is just fantastic.
I wake up every day at 7 a.m. to get on to work and instead of staying in bed, and I scream at the top of my lungs.
Lovely, Chanda. Lovely. Like I said, we're going to be diving into that animation pool one of these days, and I can't wait to see what you're writing. We had a couple of our people who follow us who have volunteered to try out some writing. I can't wait to see what they do, and I just appreciate the fact that they suggest that they give it a try.
Yeah,
So
I'm excited.
Yeah, I am. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some fun while the world burns. Let's see. Let me see if I can
This
get
is
out
the
of here.
next one. I can't even fucking believe it. Are you serious? Why?
Yeah, Jeffrey, and I'm going to clear the screen here so you can read this tweet. Now, I have mixed feelings on this tweet, but there is some truth in it.
Yeah.
You people do know that you can masturbate during a Zoom call and have it not be to the Zoom call participants, right? Dude is an idiot, but people calling him a predator need to take a fucking breath. You know what? That's a pretty good point, you know. But I think the guy that can't handle his shit, did I say that wrong? That can't purport himself in a professional way in all environments, that's better. Yeah. Really should retire. So here we go. Let's hear what the Tubinator has to say here. And this, what is this? Is this a feel-good interview that
Can
CNN?
you retire from being a neo-lib shitbag?
I don't know. But listen to how he explains he's going through therapy and all this other stuff. He's for jerking off. Anyway, I'm not even. I can't. Whatever. Here we go.
Let's bring in CNN Chief Legal Analyst Jeffrey Toobin to talk about this and more. Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello, Allison.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, indeed.
I feel like we should address what's happened in the months since we've seen you, since some of our viewers may not know what has happened. So I guess I'll recap. I'll do the honors.
Help yourself.
Okay. In October, you were on a Zoom call with your colleagues from the New Yorker magazine. Everyone took a break for several minutes, during which time you were caught masturbating on camera. You were subsequently fired from that job after 27 years of working there. And you, since then, have been on leave from CNN. Do I have all that right?
You got it all right, sad to say.
Okay, so let's start there.
Okay.
To quote Jay Leno, what the hell were you thinking?
Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking very well or very much, and it was something that was inexplicable to me. I think one point, I wouldn't exactly say in my defense, because nothing is really in my defense. I didn't think I was on the call.
Oh, you
I didn't think other people could see me.
You thought that you had turned off your camera?
Correct. I thought that I had turned off the Zoom call. Now, that's not a defense. This was deeply moronic and indefensible, but I mean that is part of that is part of the story. And you know, I have spent the 7 subsequent months, miserable months in my life. I can certainly confess. Trying to be a better person. I mean, in therapy, trying to do some public service, working in a food bank, which I certainly am going to continue to do, working on a new book about the Oklahoma City bombing. But I am trying to become the kind of person that people...
Oh my God, that is just pathetic and sad. He wants his career back so bad, he's willing to be nationally humiliated like this.
You know what?
The jokes are endless. I mean, if we had real late night, they'd be just like all over this.
I have captured this for posterity, and I swear to God, when we do voiceovers, this is gonna be one of our favorites, right?
It looks painful for her. It looks painful. Like,
oh
okay,
yeah,
I guess I'll get into it.
Yeah, she drew the short straw on that one. I don't know what she did to piss her boss off, but I don't know.
It's like you're interviewing Tobin today, so he can come back on the air.
Oh my God, yeah, he got fired. You know, and they fired so many good people for looking sideways at somebody or asking the wrong question. Right. Asking the wrong question, they fired this guy for... Anyway, never mind.
Well, United Spot was all over it, so I had to bring a little clip.
Is that next?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can get this to go through.
Let's bring
Oh, okay, good. I haven't seen this. I can't wait. Let's give it a whirl.
You're gonna love it.
Hey, Chef. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Nancy.
Hey, welcome back.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
And I just want to let you know that what you did was perfectly normal. So, no hard feelings.
Thanks for being so understanding.
I mean, there was nothing wrong with what you did. In fact, I'm doing it right now.
Well, I'm doing it too.
No, Jeff. We're doing this together.
I just finished.
Me too. So, what have you been up to?
Well, I've just been hammering away. I mean, it's really been a happy ending for me. I wrote a book and, I want to masturbate.
Wait a second. Did you just say you want a masturbate?
Yep. I want to masturbate.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but, I want to masturbate too.
You want to masturbate too?
Yep. I want a masturbate.
It pleases me to hear that you want a masturbate.
Oh, darn it! I forgot I have a hole that needs to be filled.
Do you need cock? I have some cock if you need some cock.
Actually, I could use some cock. Could you bring some cock by my house?
Sure. I can bring you some cock. Do you need any cock remover?
No. I don't need any cock remover.
Okay. I'll just bring you some cock then.
I can pay you for your cock.
Absolutely not. I'm giving you my cock for free.
Thank you, Jeff. I mean, it's not often a girl gets free cock. I usually have to pay for it.
I always get it for free.
Those guys are terrible. They're terrible. They're
At least
awful.
they're on the ball. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, okay, I gotta get my breath. Let's see what I got. I brought this. This is a graph here. I thought it was pretty good. Democrats are the good guys, Republicans are the bad guys, and that's a Simpson brain X-ray.
Yeah, it is. That's Homer.
That's Homer. And then Democrats and Republicans are essentially the same. That's just the basic brain, right? And then Democrats and Republicans have different functions as part of the same corrupt system. That one I think is right on. So
right.
that's this should be the Jesus sound when we say that one because it's what it is. Anyway, what do you got here, Chanda?
Saying your generation's official name is equivalent to the most heinous racial slur in America is some real boomer shit. And that's a response to boomer is the N word of ageism. Being hip and flip does not mean make bigotry okay, nor is it a divisive epithet acceptable because it is new. Dude, it is the name of your generation. How is that comparable to the N-word?
I don't know. I've been called a lot worse than the boomer, but that's okay. Yeah. I thought it was a system which they separated the generational. Right. I thought that's what it was.
Just the name. You guys are the baby boomers.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. My dad. What was the one prior to boomers?
The Greatest Generation.
The Greatest Generation. Yeah, my dad fell in that donut hole, so he didn't get the benefits.
There is a donut hole.
Yeah, he didn't get the benefits of that people needed, elderly especially that. So, yeah. One more thing. Now this is this is
crazy. You did this?
No, I didn't do it. I wish I had. I found this this week. This sums up what we've been trying to do, at least myself and many people have been trying to do for generations. But wow.
It's $1 right into the grave.
Yeah, I mean, one more time.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
you can hear the bones cracking.
Yeah, I have to say when I watched this, I thought of Amber. And you know what I thought? I thought of breaking the chains that bind us. That is her slogan for Brave New Future. And that's, when you finally break the chain, it's when you're dead. I think you should break that chain while you still have a quality of life to get through. So chasing that almighty dollar isn't what it's all cracked up to be. And it's easy for me to say as a Monday morning quarterback boomer to say, if I could go back and do it again, I'd do it differently. I would like to think I would, because I wasted so much time chasing that almighty buck.
Right.
That if I could go back and do it differently, and not even knowing, what I know now per se, but I wish I had done at least something that I enjoyed to make a living in this shitty capitalist society that is doomed to fail. So that's where I'm at on that. But no, I'm glad you liked that. That was a fun, depressing look. And here we go again. I think I just left this in here from last week. Just a public service reminder. Shanda is still not sorry. I think we're done with TYT after this week, aren't we?
Oh, I've done with TYT since 2016.
No, I mean as far as bagging on.
Oh, going after him, yeah. Bagging
I
on him. I'm definitely over it.
It's over. It was old last week, and it's old tonight. If they hadn't opened their pie hole yesterday, I probably wouldn't have brought this stuff. But they were crazy with the bullshit they were saying on the Twitter, so that was really ridiculous.
On the Twitter machine.
On the Twitter machine. Who is this? Is this Chanda Kardashian here or what?
Yeah. Okay, so this is El Chapo's wife.
Oh.
El Chapo, if you remember him, he's the leader of the Sinaloa cartel, and he dug out of prison twice. And America got him, and he married this girl. She was like 18, and he was like, I don't know, 47 or something. Anyway, she was like his mafia princess, and she was running all of his shit. She helped him escape, and the feds freaking arrested her like 2 months ago. Well, she pled guilty this week, which has a lot of implications for the Sinaloa cartel and the drug supply that's being ran into America.
Uh-oh. Pled guilty, huh?
Oh, she had no choice.
CBS News confirms a New York Times report that the wife of Mexico's notorious drug lord El Chapo is expected to plead guilty in U.S. federal court to helping her husband run his multi-billion-dollar drug empire. 31-year-old Emma Coronel Aispuro was arrested in Virginia in February, 2 years after her husband was convicted of multiple charges in the U.S. Nikki Batiste is here to tell us what her guilty plea could mean for other members of the cartel. Nikki, good morning.
Anthony, good morning. The cartel's leader, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, is already in prison serving a life sentence in Colorado. A legal expert we spoke with says his wife might have enough information to put others behind bars as well. And she might have already told prosecutors what she knows.
Throughout her husband's trial in New York 2 years ago, Emma Coronel Aispuro was a constant presence in the courtroom. A retired DEA administrator says she was also by El Chapo's side as he conducted his extensive criminal enterprise.
She was clearly exposed to all of the things that Chapo was in control of, the movement of narcotics across the border into the United States, and obviously the flow of money back.
Not just exposed, prosecutors say the former beauty queen participated in those criminal acts as well. In February, they charged her with conspiracy to distribute illegal drugs, including heroin and methamphetamine. She's also accused of helping her husband's daring second escape from a Mexican prison in 2015 through a mile-long tunnel dug from his cell. Former federal prosecutor Lori Levinson.
I'm not completely surprised that she's pleading guilty. The real question is she making a deal to cooperate? I suspect that she's offering something to get a more lenient sentence.
Levinson says as a mother of two who wants to get back with her children, Coronel has reason to work with prosecutors.
For the government, they want to make sure they have all the information they can get regarding Chapo, his allies, his family members. It's not clear, however, that she's giving that information because there are dangers for her to do so.
Huh. She's going to end up sleeping with the fishes.
No, because he does have 15 sons that she could turn on, and I've got one more clip that just kind of shows her lifestyle and talks about the people that she'll take down. I love this reface. Oz Norris.
Thanks a lot. Let's run this one.
Chapo's drug trafficking. What finally did her in was her own unabashed life that attracted loads of publicity, showing her soaking up the sun on beaches, attending social events in her stilettos and designer wear, all the while claiming how she was a good wife, while El Chapo was the model husband who loved her. The glamour queen, or Narco Barbie as many called her, had her life of luxury turned upside down when she was finally arrested on February 22nd, 2021, at Dulles International Airport. Sources have said it was Coronel who returned to the USA to give herself up, in hopes of reaching a settlement. She was charged with conspiracy to unlawfully import and distribute illegal drugs into the U.S. and of helping her husband escape from prison. Police sources have revealed how they hope she will now turn around and reveal evidence on her husband's associates, including his 15 sons, who are all believed to be running the bloodthirsty Sinaloa cartel in their father's absence. Coronel herself faces 10 years to life in prison and a fine of up to $10 million.
So she faces life. And she's got twin girls with El Chapo. They're like 8 or 9 years old. And she was living this extravagant life and just putting it in the FBI, the DEA's fucking face. Like, fuck you, what can you do? She's driving Bentleys and going on vacations and throwing huge parties. She's living like a Kardashian, basically. And they said, you know what, little girl, we're going to take you down. And they freaking did. But let us not forget all that money she was spending probably was American taxpayer money.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, good report. Yeah. Wow. Jeez, I need to get out more. That's rough.
We still have a huge deck to go. We got a huge deck.
That's all right. As long as you're game, I'm game. What is this?
Well, I can't edit the deck like we used to.
Not yet.
Yeah, defend billionaires. We're just people too.
Yeah. Billionaires.
Meaning,
Yeah.
Don't eat us.
Yeah, some of those low-level millionaires might just be people too, but they're fighting like children in some respects, and that's pretty boring. Then we've got, is this Mission Mars man here?
Oh, yeah.
What's he got to say?
Shut up! I'm sorry. I mean, shut up.
Yeah. He doesn't want you talking about their bad. Don't talk about their bad. Just shut up.
Just shut up. Just shut up. That's like Robert Downey Jr. at Davos. You know, because he gets called a limousine liberal, he acts like it's not a good term and it's insulting. He is a goddamn limousine liberal. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Iron Man.
Shadow fan.
Go make a movie. Leave me alone. You know. I mean, it's just like wow.
God.
Yeah, he's worth what? He's worth just under $1 billion, 750 million or something like that. I don't know. Jesus.
I love Shadow Band's comment. Shadow Band says, "Narco Barbie, will you make my dreams of retirement come true?"
Oh God, yeah. Let's send her a grant request for where is she? Where is she held in prison? You got another CBS this morning. Are you going Viacom on
this
me?
one, this fucking story. I had two different. I had a BBC coverage of this, but BBC likes to punk us. But I'm sure we've taken a lot of punks tonight. Anyways, the FBI launched a fucking app and duped
a
bunch of criminals into using it by giving them phones. They've taken down massive amounts of criminals because they created their own shadow app called Anom, and all of these criminals were going around like suggesting it to each other, like we do Signal and Discord.
Yeah, I know they were. I saw. Well, anyway, let's just run it. I don't need to say anything.
About an unprecedented global sting operation, law enforcement officials say Operation Trojan Shield dealt a major blow against international crime, even preventing dozens of murders. Jeff Begaze has more.
This morning, more than 800 criminals across 16 countries have been arrested in an unprecedented sting operation. Law enforcement seized over 30 tons of drugs, some hidden in everything from pineapples to cans of tuna fish. 250 firearms, luxury cars, and nearly $50 million in cash and cryptocurrency. The FBI says Operation Trojan Shield also disrupted more than 150 planned killings.
The amount of intelligence that we received was staggering.
The historic operation was made possible by an app called Anom. designed by the FBI to lure suspects from the shadows. The agency made 12,000 devices with the Anim software available on the black market, advertising them as secure, encrypted devices.
The criminals using these devices believed they were secretly planning crimes far beneath the radar of law enforcement. But in reality, the criminals were not underneath the radar. They were on it. The FBI was monitoring those conversations.
While the criminals messaged each other, they were unknowingly sending carbon copies of their communications to law enforcement.
On Anim, criminals communicated in 45 languages about things like trafficking in drugs, arms and explosive, ATM gas attacks, armed robberies, and last but not least, contract killings.
Over 18 months, law enforcement intercepted more than 27 million messages, the vast majority related to criminal activity like drug trafficking and murder plots.
The very devices that the criminals used to hide their crimes were actually a beacon for law enforcement.
Oh, wow.
A beacon for law enforcement that is now shut down. Investigators were asked yesterday, well, why go public with this encrypted device if it's working for law enforcement and against the criminals? Well, investigators told us that they believe, if needed, they can create another device like that. Anthony, they say they just want to keep the criminals guessing.
I have some mixed feelings on this.
Yeah, it's kind of entrapment, right?
Yeah.
But if you think that anything you're doing on any kind of electronic device or communication isn't being recorded and sent somewhere else, you're a fool. I mean, drug dealers need to start using, delivery pigeons again or something.
Yeah, you better tell Jeffrey Toobin that just so it gets through his thick skull. Yeah.
Pigeon involved in that shit.
I don't know. I just like, yeah, whatever, man. It's like a electronic device. That was another good report. Let me see if I can switch it up here. If you want to make any adjustments to the deck.
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
I always cut the deck for time as we go, and I can't cut the deck right now.
You can cut it.
Can't cut it.
You can cut it now. I'm going to go over and talk about this a little bit. This is a little educational thing here that I've got going. Let me see. This is. Did you know the Statue of Liberty? France is sending a second Statue of Liberty to be erected on Ellis Island across the water from the original on Liberty Island. So the 10-foot Little Sister, this is only 10 foot. They're not sending this Ganga Statue of Liberty again. The 10-foot Little Sister, 1/16 of the original new Colossus, was taken out of France's Museum of Arts and Crafts, in a ceremony on Monday, a day after the 77th anniversary of D-Day landings in Normandy. That's pretty cool. France is sending this. I just want to read this to remind everybody what the Statue of Liberty was for. The statue.
Don't come here.
Huh?
Don't come here, right?
Yeah. Well, if you ask Kamala Harris that, the Statue of Liberty was a gift from the French people commemorating the alliance of France and the United States during the American Revolution. It was the hope of many French liberals that democracy would prevail and that freedom and justice for all would be attained. I think we failed. So why are we getting another one? Are they poking us in the eye with this or what?
Yeah, the first one didn't work, so let's get a second one.
Yeah, let's try it again. Rerun. I don't know. I don't know. Is there a
I turned this slide black, but I think your little reface looks awesome on it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does. I like the little reface. So anyway, that's my public service announcement for the Statue of Liberty. I thought it was kind of cool.
Illuminati symbolism. I agree. Thank you. It was creepy being in DC and seeing all that freaking symbolism.
Yeah. So again, that's. I think we're all reset and ready to go.
Okay. I pulled a few things.
Okay, we've got what is this Rebel HQ thing you got going on here?
Oh, this is gonna piss you off. Just a carrot.
Honestly, it's not my responsibility to make sure.
If you're that scared of a fake virus, you should have masks.
Ma'am, can you get out my vehicle, please?
In Georgia, that woman named Micah believes the virus is fake and is refusing her Lyft driver's request to wear a mask.
So the Uber driver is forcing me out of her car.
Ma'am,
Because I won't wear a mask, and she wanted me to put my shirt over my face.
Oh, you are lucky that's all she asked.
actually, when you request a ride,
I didn't
it's
request a ride. The
it
dealership
doesn't
did.
matter, ma'am. Regardless, you have to have
I'm
a
wondering,
mask.
So how come the driver yesterday didn't enforce
That's
the
not my problem.
But to ask me
I
to wear their
enforce
shirt or their
rules.
face.
The driver, who identified herself on TikTok as Gia, is correct. It is Lyft policy that all Lyft drivers wear a mask.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure that you get the survey for Uber so we can report how rude she is.
Whatever,
Just
I
to
don't
pull over on
think
the
they
side of
give
the
a
road and
shit.
say, get out of my car.
Ma'am, we haven't even gotten anywhere. I'm still right where I picked you up
haven't
at.
taken me back to where you picked me up, have you?
Ma'am, it's
You haven't taken me back where you picked me
you
up,
could
have
just
you?
walk across the street. That's where we're at. Like
you
it's
should-
like
you're-
right there.
No, it's actually
Ma'am,
around
I'm
the
not
corner.
trying to argue with you. Can you please step out my vehicle? I'm glad you think it's a fake virus. Can you just step out my
that's
vehicle?
okay.
Can
You
you
want me
please
to?
get out my vehicle?
But can you make sure that you report her, though? I want to make sure you do.
At this point, the story got even worse. Hello, everybody. I'm David Schuster, and thanks for watching. A few days after this incident, following Micah's complaint,
TYT.
Lyft fired the driver Gia.
What the hell?
Gia is a single mother with underlying health conditions.
My account got taken down. My account got put on hold as a result of this Karen. Little did she know, I was diagnosed with MS January of last year. That's kind of how I ended up moving to Atlanta. So not only do I have serious health issues that I care about, I pick up a lot of people that I take to dialysis, to their chemo treatment. It takes nothing to wear your mask. But now, as a single mother with a chronic illness who doesn't want to be working but has to work to provide for her child, I can't work. Thanks, Lyft. Yeah, and their reasoning is because I recorded her without her consent. And as you see, she gave me the okay. Not that I needed it. Georgia's a one-party consent state. But I don't have a job now.
Thankfully, this story wasn't over. Gia was correct. Georgia is a one-party consent state. Secondly, folks on the internet swung into action, identified Micah, contacted her employer, and pressured Lyft. Within a few days, Micah lost her job, and Lyft reinstated driver Gia.
How did you guys manage to find her whole name and all her information? Like, I'm speechless. But this goes to show when the masses get together, what is capable of being achieved.
I like that story.
Yeah. Of course, it was Rebel headquarters is TYT based, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Well,
Like, look at that stiff they had reporting. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Where'd they get that establishment tool at? They could get him out of MSNBC's fucking garbage bin?
yeah, I think they did actually. Was that David Schuster?
No, but I think I had one earlier with him. In it.
Yeah, actually, yeah. But the story is a story, and honestly,
Be a fucking Karen, man. You will get detoxed. I mean, they will find you.
yeah. Moral of the story is don't be an asshole. I mean, if you don't agree with somebody, you don't know what that woman's going through in her life. If wearing a mask makes her feel better, or if it protects her from something that a critter, do it. Jesus Christ.
Do it. Yeah.
Don't virtue signal whether you agree or disagree. I mean, we got some shit last week for thinking that we were
anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, really? Whatever.
I'm an anti-vaxxer. I'm an anti-asshole. You want me to put a mask on? I'll put a mask on.
Stick it in your
Don't
arm.
tell me what to-
yeah. Stick it in your arm or stick it up your ass. I don't care, but we're talking. We're having the discussion, and
Yeah, exactly.
I
Don't
mean,
tell me I can't question it.
yeah. I mean, Jesus. Are you my new daddy? What the hell? Anyway,
Who's
yeah. Good.
your daddy?
Good. Yeah, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
I wonder what his username is on his Zoom.
I don't know. I have no idea. All right, what do we got? What's coming up here?
Oh, I love this reface. That one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a cool reface. You want to read this?
It says, if Nina Turner really wanted to help us and not just enrich her own family and friends, she had spent the last year since the Bernie campaign ended organizing people in mass demonstrations for Medicare for All and UBI. Instead, she went into business with an evil lobbying firm and started a podcast.
Uh-oh, you're going to get some shit for that one.
I don't care. I was a huge Nina fan. I've been to many of her speeches live. I've worked a lot of the same things as her, and I'm very, very fucking disappointed in her, just like the rest of the neolibs, that, you know, the squad and these progressives that call themselves progressives. Oh, but there's a time to fight, and now's not the time. I know, I'm done with this shit. Electoral politics is going to fix this.
Well, yeah, you're talking about...
I'm over Nina.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
Jayapal in Washington State. I
Exactly.
mean,
I've heard it too many times.
How many times do we have to get stabbed in the back? I mean, really, you know, their excuses are
Before you
like,
wake up.
yeah, excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
I personally like Nina, but she's really hanging out on the neolib side.
Well,
you know?
she's playing the game. She's jumping through the hoops. It's, you know, whatever. I don't know.
That's not what I'm looking for in a politician
No,
anymore.
I'm
you
looking
know,
for
I'm sorry.
Kashama Sawant.
Yep, me too.
That's who I want. Shama Sawant.
Oh, man. One of the labor movements came after her this week for some stupid blown up bullshit. You know?
Yeah, well, somebody's going to get their palm grease to come after her.
A bunch of sold, and that's it. It's a bunch of sold out fucking union leaders.
Yeah, show me which labor movement you are so I can disown you and cancel your ass. I mean, all of you fuckers, really, you know, I wish, you know, honestly, Bill Clinton started screwing labor. It wasn't Chanda and Oz. And we talk about it. We talk about it. So once again, Nina, I hope you find your way, but right now you're telegraphing that you're just playing ball with them. And that's...
Why don't you hit play on this Oz, because he has something really good to say.
Yeah. Sorry. You keep hitting nerves.
Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
That's my favorite. That is my favorite.
Good morning, starshine. What's that from? Can you do it? You're not a boomer.
It's from Willy Wonka, right?
No.
What's it from?
That is from Hair, I believe. I will see if the chat says Oz is right or wrong. I think that's from Hair.
Oz is right.
Huh?
Oz is the boomer. He knows best.
I hope I'm right, but I think that's from Hair. Good morning, starshine, the earth. I'm pretty sure. And I didn't see the theater version, but I did see the movie. And you know who the star of the movie was? Number one?
John Travolta.
Nope. Treat Williams.
Oh, okay.
Long, beautiful hair. That's when he could sing and dance.
Hair. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think that's what it was. But the chat will check
Warren
it out.
Beatty,
Pat, the
yeah,
Batman fan, if you're around, you can...
he's out doing the karaoke bar.
Oh, that's right. Well, somebody will qualify that. Am I right or am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell us who it was. Who it was. What movie? Okay. Moving right along. Oops. Let me start this again here. So you can hear the sound. What is this?
This is another time that the Biden administration's covering for fucking Trump.
Oh, no surprise.
It came out of an ugly incident last June. This was when U.S. Park Police and other federal law enforcement agencies forcibly cleared protesters from Lafayette Park near the White House. Well, soon after, then President Trump posed for pictures at a nearby church. CBS's Chris Van Cleve on what this new report found.
Tonight, vindication for the Trump administration. An Inspector General report finds federal law enforcement officers that aggressively cleared protesters and media from outside of the White House during last summer's social justice demonstrations did not do it to make way for this presidential photo op at St. John's Church.
Is that your Bible?
The findings support this from then Attorney General Bill Barr to face the nation's Margaret Brennan last June.
I gave the green light at 2 o'clock. Obviously, I didn't know that the president was going to be speaking later that day.
But when Bill Barr arrived at the White House later that day, the report says he asked police, are these people still going to be here when the president comes out? The use of force in Lafayette Square was heavily criticized and is the subject of a federal lawsuit against the Department of Justice. The report found the U.S. Park Police and other agencies that swept through what is now Black Lives Matter Plaza did it to make way for expanded security fencing after nights of violent unrest. 7 o'clock, that's a flashbang. All right, so we are just minutes away from D.C.'s 7 o'clock curfew. You heard the flashbang. That is an attempt to clear the crowd out. While the IG report says officers made 3 announcements to disperse the crowd, it came as a surprise to many. Other law enforcement officers, demonstrators, and our CBS News crews on the scene did not hear any warnings.
Tonight, the former president, Mr. Trump, is praising the report as highly detailed. He says it completely
exonerates him from what?
Yeah, right. It completely exonerates him. He didn't tell him to go clear that park. Barr told him to clear the park beforehand.
Oh, okay.
It's just a coinky dink.
Another coinky dink. Okay.
Just a coinky dink.
All right.
Even though the media was making fun of him hiding in his bunker because, he was being surrounded by protesters.
Big crybaby. Biden, whatever. Next. Next
is going to piss you off. This one pissed me off.
Oh, what's that? A car upside down?
Yeah.
All right.
Now dramatic police dash cam video of a trooper tapping the back of a vehicle to make the driver pull over. But the SUV ended up crashing and the woman behind the wheel was pregnant. She spoke exclusively with Jim Murray.
Can you get out? Come on out.
A pregnant mom is trapped upside down in a crashed car, all because of a controversial police maneuver. It should have been a routine stop for speeding. When the driver hears the sirens, she slows down and turns on her flashers. But the state trooper rams the car's rear bumper to make her stop. The car spins out of control across the highway, hits a wall, and flips over.
It rolled over. Give me EMS.
The driver is expectant mom Nicole Harper.
Describe what was going through your mind. Were you literally flipping over?
I'm pregnant with my first child. That took 10 years to conceive. So, of course, it's devastating thinking I'm losing my baby. I'm literally hanging upside down by my seatbelt.
Are you the only one in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Well, ma'am, you've got to pull over when we stop.
What the fuck?
It doesn't matter, ma'am.
The official Arkansas driver's license guide tells drivers being pulled over to activate your turn signal or emergency flashers to indicate that you are seeking a safe place to stop.
I thought it would be safer to wait until the exit.
No, ma'am, you should pull over when law enforcement stops you, okay?
What officer done that night was unequivocally deadly force. He used a vehicle going 60 miles an hour to ram into another vehicle.
Bumping a fleeing car is called a pit maneuver, or pursuit intervention technique.
Fleeing
pit
car?
maneuvers are used by police departments across America, but at least 30 people have died and hundreds more injured in pit maneuvers since 2016. Retired NYPD Lieutenant Darren Porcher.
You can't control the directional flight of the vehicle that's being struck. Here in New York City, for example, the NYPD prohibits pit maneuvers for that same reason.
Arkansas state troopers said in a statement, PIT has saved lives among those who choose to obey the law against those who choose to run from police. Fortunately, Nicole's baby, born in February, is fine.
We call it a pit maneuver when people flee from us or don't stop from us.
What I didn't see her fleeing.
No, and the state handbook in Arkansas says turn your flashers on until you can find a safe and reasonable place to navigate a stop, right? And that's what most of us know. You can see there's Jersey barriers up on both sides. I could see why she was trying to get to the next exit. But I've always felt this way about Arkansas. Let me tell you, whenever I cross this country, if I have to go through Arkansas, it's the only state when we upped the national speed limit to, I think, 80, that said, fuck you, we're keeping it at 55. So you literally pull into Arkansas and it says, home of President Bill Clinton, please drive 55 through our state. And if you don't drive 55, you got one of these overzealous, good old boys that you better listen to me. I'm the law and respect my authority.
I'm going to say this with all the love that I can. I would think that the husband of that woman or the father would have just cause in talking to that officer.
Oh, well, I think that there'll probably be a lawsuit. I mean,
well, I hope the guy gets fired, and I hope that the precinct that he's at, his captain gets fired, and I hope they get sued 17 ways from Sunday. I don't know if
I
that clip was doctored at all or anything. Inside Edition.
was gonna say, not that I watch a lot of Inside Edition, but this was the only place I saw reporting this. I watch everything to see what everybody's saying, and
Yeah.
this is a crazy story. I hope she sees the shit out of him.
Yeah, I do too. That's just as we have witnessed over decades, law enforcement's out of control with deadly force, especially on our black sisters and brothers, people of color. So that pissed me off pretty good there, Chanda. Keep it up. Doing a good job.
Now dramatic police dash cam video of a trooper.
Let me get that stopped and move that to the next one. I brought this one. This is us in a Democratic-controlled state, us in a Republican-controlled state. Same. No one's coming to save us. Maybe Chanda Bond there, but nobody else is coming to save us. So and I want to credit this person. This person is one of my neighbors here up in Thurston County. Very nice person. I did scrub the name, thank you very much for that one, VA. I agree, and I think just about everybody in the chat agrees with you. So what do we got now, Chanda? Is it Stoner Corner or what?
No, man buys legal weed and suddenly becomes a bigger taxpayer than Amazon.
Oh my God, how does that work? What the hell?
Oh no, that's how that works.
I saw the charts on what these bazillionaires pay, and it's sickening. They pay nothing. We're subsidizing their taxes.
Yeah, no, but if you smoke marijuana, you're paying a 37 to 39% tax.
Yeah, Washington State, just so everybody knows, has one of the worst, most regressive tax systems in the country.
Absolutely.
In the country. Horrible state for taxes. But don't think that Jeff Bezos pays his fair share, because he doesn't. We do. We subsidize Boeing, Bezos, everything else with the help of our great governor. Not so much, but whatever.
And his friends, Cantwell and Murray.
Yes. Oh, you got a breaking points. This is Crystal. I shout out to our friends over at the Natural Progressive. I brought this for you primarily because you guys are huge on climate as well. But check this out. I think Crystal nails it here.
Carbon dioxide levels are now at an all-time high, that in spite of a million pandemic-era Earth is healing memes. Scientists at UC San Diego's Scripps Institute of Oceanography, they recorded carbon dioxide levels at 419 parts per million in May. That is a new record, and it's 50% higher than in pre-industrial times. Ralph Keeling, a geochemist at Scripps, told the LA Times that it's rising as fast as ever. Fossil fuel burning is the center of the problem. It's what's driving CO2 up and is the major cause of climate change. The truth is this: Democrats are playing you for fools. They love to use existential rhetoric, sometimes justifiably, sometimes not justifiably, but they never ever act in a way that matches the words. Just ask yourself this: if Trump was an existential threat and a fascist leader, why did they willingly hand him huge military budgets and surveillance powers? If our democracy is truly in danger of existential collapse, why are you just allowing Joe Manchin to casually torpedo the reforms upon which we were told our democracy depended? If we're in a battle for the soul of America, why is Biden engaging in all the same standard issue Washington corruption that has so damaged Americans' trust in our government? Now, on climate, the data speaks for itself. Establishment corporate Democratic rhetoric claimed an existential threat, and on this particular threat, they were correct. But they treat it like any other issue, to be trotted out on the campaign trail, used to shame and guilt reticent, principled voters into voting blue no matter who, and then jettisoned as soon as it's inconvenient. Don't worry, it'll be dragged back out the next time they need young lefties to begrudgingly give them their vote. But by that time, it may well be too late.
I think it will be too late. And
It is too late. It is too late.
I brought this clip for two reasons. One was that the clip itself, the contents that she said, was I agree with her. And number two, it's to demonstrate how now that she's independent from that shithole Rising, she can actually report on this, which Jimmy reported in real time. What was it, 6 to 8 months ago? This story, basically, about, this thing. So as much as I like to beat up on the Grim Reaper over there at Rising once in a while, I'm not going to beat up on Crystal because this just shows she's free of that corporate overlord shit that she got at the Hill. So I hope we hear more of this in real time. I really do. I really do. By the way,
I hope so too.
yeah. By the way, Sagar, you need to lose Marshall. He's just dragging your show down, buddy. It's talking
He'll get you.
talking about drooling. I'm falling asleep.
I want
He's
that shirt.
yeah, he's worse than grim.
Check out my shirt.
Yeah, look at Shanda. Look at Shanda's got a Beauty and the Boomers shirt. Very
Yeah, I
nice.
do. Got my
Very
shirt.
nice. Very nice. Okay, let's go on to the next one and get through this. Yeah, okay. Is this right? This is right?
I love this one. This is an awesome reface.
Okay, we got another reface, another animated reface. I can't wait till we do little 30 and 60-second vignettes. That's what we're shooting for. So this is Oz.
I've already made a couple. I just got to figure out how to get both on canvas.
Well, you'll have to show me. Here we go. That's my favorite one.
That's my favorite one too.
That one's great.
I did one with you doing the open to immigrant song, which is awesome. It's your redheaded, your Pippi Longstocking one. But I just know that'll get us punked. I hope these ones don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, we get it punked, but we're going to, as soon as we figure out how to animate and load audio files, it will be much better, much more fun. Wee. Sounds like me too, a little bit. Wee. And here's another one.
I couldn't help myself. This one's great.
This is the Wonder Twins, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what am I saying?
Hi. You look like shit. Hi. You look like shit.
I must be looking in a mirror because you don't look like shit. I look like shit.
I'm just like, yeah, right.
Yeah, fun with the animation. Like I said, we know how serious everything is in the world, but if we are serious 24/7, we're going to go crazy. So we got to have a little fun. And Saturday night, straight from Thurston County, Washington, is the place to be. Beauty and the Boomer After Dark. Let's see.
Okay, so this next story has got two parts to it because really, to me, it's two different stories. It's about a cyber hacking that happened to our meat supply recently.
What?
And of course, they're blaming it on Russia. But the bigger story is how news media across the country, now we've all seen them parrot, right? The parrot news where they all say the same story and then they overlap it. Well, they're kind of doing that again. So we know that it's a mainstream narrative that they're trying to sell.
You got to be kidding me.
Jamie Deluxe does a great
One
job.
of Colorado's largest employers, JBS, is a victim of a cyber attack.
JBS has been forced to shut down some of its plants, including a number of them here in the U.S. It's still unclear who carried out the attack, and the company is working in restoring its systems.
Thousands of people were told not to work today at the Colorado plant and across the country. And if this drags on, it could mean that you are paying more or going without at the grocery store. JBS is responsible for nearly a quarter of the country's meat supply.
First, it was Colonial Pipeline and oil supply across the country. Now it is the very food we eat.
In the JBS situation, we believe that this is yet another ransomware hack that's coming from Russia.
Russia, again? Don't worry. The World Economic Forum has this covered. Cybersecurity, averting a cyber pandemic, how businesses are building a global response to cybersecurity risks. Published January 28, 2021.
The COVID-19 pandemic has shaken our economies and societies to the core and shown us how vulnerable we are to biological threats. In the digital world, similar risks are being overlooked right now. A cyber attack with COVID-like characteristics would spread faster and further than any biological virus. Its reproductive rate would be around 10 times greater than what we've experienced with the coronavirus. As the digital realm increasingly merges with our physical world, the ripple effects of cyber attacks on our safety just keep on expanding at a faster pace than what we're preparing for. COVID-19 was known as an anticipated risk. So is the digital equivalent. Let's be better prepared for that one. The time is now.
That's kind of weird. Preparing for a cyber pandemic a few months before a cyber pandemic. Kind of like Event 201. or the World Economic Forum paired with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Johns Hopkins to prepare for a pandemic. Anyway, I think we can all agree that this quote hack was odd. And it's kind of odd that they're starting to push eating bugs so much, especially since the World Economic Forum was saying we were going to eat bugs too. So I saw this today from the US FDA. Yep, we have to say it. Don't eat cicadas if you're allergic to seafood, as these insects share a family relation to shrimp and lobsters.
Oh, yum.
From the World Economic Forum, this insect chef explains why we should all eat more bugs. Because they're good for the planet and good for us.
It takes a fraction of the resources to grow a pound of crickets as it does a pound of beef. And so the amount of water it takes, the greenhouse gas emissions that it emits compared to the livestock, the amount of land that's required, the amount of feed that's required, there are so many factors that just lead to, this is kind of smart.
Okay, so the beginning of the story was we're going to get a digital COVID that could be multiplied 10 times faster than the biological one is what it, but how does that lead into the World Economic Forum telling us to eat bugs?
I don't know. My mind is just incensed with wanting to find bug recipes now.
Right. Okay. So after the World Economic Forum said that, the next slide is what the media ran with.
One of Colorado's largest.
Is that it right there?
Yeah.
All right. This is what the media ran with, huh?
Maryland, trillions of them in our backyards and trees. And believe it or not, that means a lot of opportunities to try out a new snack, according to one Johns Hopkins professor.
They're a lot like shrimp. They're like tree shrimp.
Sustainable food expert Jessica Fonzo is planning to collect and eat cicadas herself and wants you to know that they're a great source of protein and also great for the environment.
We're in the middle of climate change. Insects, they are a great alternative source to other animal source foods, which, for example, cows, which are producing a lot of greenhouse gas emissions.
So eating insects is really the future, and it's been the past of humanity as well.
And you said they're all the rage, so everybody else, they're just out of style, right? They don't get it. This is on trend.
Listen, there are mad restaurants out there that have bugs on the menu in the United States and international.
Right.
I think my favorite Whitney Houston lyric is, I believe eating insects is the future. I mean, I love that song.
All right, so let's talk about what we're going to do here today. You walk me through this fun.
Sure. So we got some insects right here, some cicadas.
Okay,
so you
got it.
basically pick whichever one you want to eat.
So let me try. Here we go. Oh, it is crunchy. There we go. Mmm.
How is it?
Crunchy at first, then gooey.
Oh, no.
Very gooey.
Any words of advice for eating a cicada?
I mean, just go for it. It's going to be like a peanut buttery, crunchy gummy bear.
Okay, that makes me worried because I actually don't like peanut butter either, but here we go. This is what we were talking about. I'm doing it. Topper Lorenzo, you're seeing it live on television.
That's real. Eat the whole thing. Not bad, huh?
Now, if you look out the top, this is what a cicada looks like when it's coming out of the ground.
Yeah, that's
so you got artwork over here as well.
Are you ready?
Cheers.
Actually, I'm less scared of this. Okay. Oh, the crunch.
Mm.
Do I have a wing hanging out of my mouth?
Mm.
Oh, it's literally in there.
It's not a wing, it's a leg.
Eat them, goddammit, eat them. Eat these things, eat these roaches.
They want us to eat bugs and drink shit.
I eat bugs and drink shit. Oh, God. Oh, Chanda, what are we going to do?
I mean, I get that global farming, industrial farming is a global killer, but I can't eat bugs. I can't do it.
I don't know. I could.
I'll stick to plants. I mean,
that's not.
I'd eat grass before I'd eat a bug.
Well, Joey and I eat weeds. I mean,
right,
seriously, and they're good too. Dandelion salad, fantastic.
Please tell Joey that her dandelion tea was the only thing that helped me feel better the other day, and I was having a terrible stomach.
Did it seriously help you feel better?
Yeah, it was the only thing that soothed me.
It helps me feel better
did.
too when I'm a little bit down and yucky. Yeah, so no, that's great. I'm glad that it helped. I'm not gonna head out and grab any cicadas quite yet, but it's not vegan either, right? Because it's a life, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So no
Critter, right?
no vegan, not on the vegan recipe book. What do we got now, Chanda? This one is. Oh, again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This came from Miss Amber King. Thank you, Miss Amber King, contributing to Beauty on the Boomer. And yeah, we got Gavin Newsom looking like the game show host from Hunger Games.
Yeah, it's uncanny how much they
is.
look alike. I used to know that actor's name, but yeah, it's and that I think that's the one we got some pushback on last week was Gavin Newsom report about
Right, well,
they're dropping $50,000 for winners for taking the vax and whatever. Again,
250,000 was given away in Washington today. Somebody claimed it. And a little part of me went, oh, I feel left out. And then I was like, oh, that's your programming speaking.
yeah, it is. It's that capitalist. You
Yeah.
capitalist, you'll.
Like, God damn it, I can't win. I'm not entered, damn it.
You capitalist. That's okay.
Oh, I don't want to be. I don't want
That's
to be
okay.
entered.
We'll get.
But this next one, I got a lot of pushback on my Facebook on this one.
What?
Foo Fighters to allow vaccinated fans only at their Madison Square Garden concert. And I had a lot of people like, oh, I agree with this, so what, insurance companies or, the ones that are making that happen. And I'm just like, yeah, but I don't want to support something that is just singles out people. Like I wouldn't go, period.
Foof only allow. Yeah.
You can only go if you're vaccinated.
So you take the experimental vaccine.
Yeah.
And you go. And how long have they been giving this vaccine now? How many months now? How long has it been out there?
3 or 4 months.
Really? Okay. Just curious. All right. I'm not even going to get into it. Next.
Right. I got a lot of pushback on that one.
I bet
I'm just like, that's your own personal choice. My personal choice is not to fucking go in a place where only somebody's allowed, I don't support that kind of separatism, and no.
Whether you took the vaccine or not, this
It's
is
irrelevant.
Yeah,
it's irrelevant.
Yeah,
it's like saying only one class of person can be somewhere.
And Will Ferrell, it's still not FDA approved.
Exactly.
It's not FDA approved anyway. Just so you know.
I'm not saying anything to you if you do take it,
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. That's your personal choice. Personal choice.
Yeah. Take it while you still got it. Watch Brave New Future from last night too. You'll enjoy it.
Oh yeah. That was a good one. I watched it.
Good show. Stoner Corner. What you got a Stoner Corner?
What do you want to be when you grow up? I would like to be a weed farmer. day 266 and still no tomatoes. Yeah. That's because of the weed plant. And then Otis tweets out, just found this in my grandson's room. He's grounded for buying the worst weed I've seen since Knob.
Shaking my fucking head. I love that. That's great. That's great. Wow. Stoner Corner. Huh.
I love this next one. This next one just made me giggle. Made me think of you.
I was just, well, thank you, Chanda. I was just thinking about what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an audio engineer. That's what I want to be when I grow up.
I think you're going to be one.
Oh, shit.
Keep working at it.
Oh, my God. This is good.
Oh, yeah. So, and all of a sudden it was Sunday morning and the drugs have worn off and Larry wasn't a haughty smuggler in a spaceship flying across the universe with his Wookiee anymore. Yeah, put your Wookiee away, old man.
Put your Wookiee away, old man. Yeah, God. Wow, talk about throwing back. I am the boomer. I was 1977, baby.
I'm sure you were in line.
Star Wars. I wasn't in line for the first one. But when I went back and saw it a half a dozen times, I got in line. But the next two, I was out there, I would say 4 hours early. Some of those people were out like 2 days before it came out, which is crazy.
Camping. Yeah.
Crazy. And, oh, it's dance-off time. I adjusted the dance-off here a little bit.
That's fine.
You want to parse this a little bit, Chanda?
I'm the winner.
You're the winner. Shanda's the winner. Okay, everybody, you ready? Those of you who are still hanging on. we got 27. 27. Oh, we've got 16 on the Rockfin. Thank you, guys. Thanks for sticking it out with us tonight.
Hey, all of you over at Natural Progressive.
Oh, my God,
Good
yeah.
crew hanging out over there.
Yeah. I still like David Schuster, too. I don't think he's totally worthless. Yes, this is...
You get to go first, because I keep winning.
Is this Latina dance, Latin American dance, or what is this?
This is me trying to hope that YouTube doesn't punk us, but actually I should know better because it's the south of the border copyrights that always.
Yeah, we're going to get killed. That's all right. We're already dead.
We're already dead.
Here we go. Okay, I get to go first because I'm, what, 3 behind or 2 behind? 3 behind?
You're like 3 behind.
Oh, my God. I need to catch up, guys. Here's Oz.
I think you got it this week.
Dance off.
Зацвіли каштани над Дніпром, і буском духмяним вітер віє. Всі кияни йдуть на гідропарк. Гідропарк – це наша славна мрія.
I actually did have a tie just like that. The suit, not so much.
You have a suit like that? Yeah.
No, I don't have a suit like that. I got the tie, the shiny tie with the stripes and the bronze stuff. Anyway, Chanda, you're up. Knock 'em dead, girl.
I'll bring it.
I think Shanda's got it with the cheek bump there.
I thought it was pretty PG for me. I think you got it just for, showmanship.
Horny Unicorn. Thank you, Horny Unicorn. Oz.
Oz.
Yeah. Chanda got the cheek bump in there. Oh, my gosh. Got it. Let's see. Shanda, Jeff B over on Rockfin, Chanda. So it's tied 1-1.
Oz. Yeah. People are saying Oz. I'm seeing Oz.
Oh, are we going to give it to Oz this week?
I think Oz got it this week.
All right. So that gets me 2 behind. Thank you so much, everybody. So kind of you. So kind of you. All right. We're going to go to the next one here. And this is Hollywood time, right?
Hollywood. Yeah, we're getting close to a movie. We've got a couple more segments, so we'll hit the movie and we'll be out of here.
Oh, great. Well, Joey's going to come and drag me out of here in a little bit.
I know. Poor Al. He's waiting to go live, too.
Yeah, Hollywood. I tell you what, Chanda, Hollywood has been going insane for the last, 6 months? I mean, really bad.
Insane. They've been insane.
It's getting worse and worse and worse. And what do you got? Ghislaine Maxwell here?
I had to get a Ghislaine update.
Ghislaine update. Okay, let's see what we got.
Prosecutors in the criminal case against Ghislaine Maxwell are gearing up for her trial this year. Court documents obtained by the Daily Mail revealing 4 Epstein associates and alleged co-conspirators will testify against Maxwell. Sarah Kellen, Adriana Ross, Leslie Groff, and Nadia Marcinko, all generally identified in court filings as former assistants of Epstein. Sarah Kellen is accused of having a Rolodex of women that she would call up for massages at Epstein's mansion in Palm Beach, Florida. Leslie Groff, said to have been Epstein's executive assistant for 20 years, spoke to the New York Times in a 2005 interview about having a tight bond with him. Nadia Marcinko, also alleged to have taken part in sexual encounters with underage girls and has been described as Epstein's on-off girlfriend. She's reportedly a pilot, founder and CEO of Avaloop. And Adriana Ross, who is a former model in her 30s who allegedly helped organize Epstein's massages. But while the women have been accused of being Epstein recruiters, groomers, sexual partners, and friends, reports in recent weeks say representatives for Kellen and Marcinko have suggested they too were victims of the late sex trafficker. This while Maxwell has repeatedly tried to get the case against her thrown out. On Tuesday, she urged a U.S. judge to drop charges alleging that she procured 4 teenage girls for Epstein to sexual abuse, accusing prosecutors of overreaching in an effort to get her.
Ghislaine is looking forward to that trial. She's looking forward to fighting, and she will fight.
Prosecutors said that 9 weeks before the trial, which is set to begin in November, they would turn over to the defense the identity of any unindicted co-conspirator they plan to call. Reporting in New York, Trinity Chavez, RT.
What is joining us now is our legal analyst, Lionel. Lionel, what does that mean that these 4 women co-conspirators are now going to testify against Ghislaine Maxwell? What does that mean legally? How significant is this?
Nothing. Let me explain.
This is my dream. And Rick, if she takes the stand, or if this goes to trial, we're going to be there. Remember, there was a movie by Tom Cruise, Jack Reacher, and one of the lines was, before he beat somebody up, he said, remember, you wanted this. So the first thing that I hope happens, and I'm just dreaming, but let me put it to you this way to answer your question. Let's say that one of these co-conspirators gets on the stand. Now, I can impeach her credibility, meaning I can call into question bias, bad memory, deals that were made, promises, any incentives or motivations she might have to lie. Now, what if I said, so, co-conspirator A, do you remember when you were involved with, now, I want you to imagine the biggest names in the world that I'm going to rattle off. But rather than mention current names, what if I said George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, something like that? Were you there during
Clinton.
that period of time? Did the government offer you immunity from liability when you were involved with George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, whoever? Immediately you're going to hear this, wait a minute, hold it, stop. Oh, no. We're just getting started. Number two, let's go through this. Now, Ghislaine's going to be telling me, as her lawyer, as I cross-examine them, things that nobody wants to come out. And I'm going to make them seem like the most corrupt cabal of individuals ever. Then, Rick, if there is a God, Ghislaine takes the stand because she's got nothing to lose. And she's had it.
She's not
It'll
gonna,
never happen.
Never happen. And he was saying Bill Clinton, right?
Yeah, that's why he was alluding to that. And yeah, Lionel can be a little right-wingy, nutty, but I think when it comes to the Epstein case, he's done a lot of hard work on it. He knows what he's talking about. But she's not going to testify. She knows too much. They'll cut a deal.
Lionel's got a cool voice. He's got a great radio voice. It's different.
Yeah, he does.
Different. I used to listen to him back in the day with Mike Malloy. It was Air America days. Listen to him.
Yeah, I've watched Lionel for a long time. I come across him every now and then anymore, just because he's so suppressed like anybody else.
Yeah, we're all getting the foot, the boot.
The boot.
And then there's my horrible graphic that I like so much. Ghislaine. All right, what do we got? What's
okay?
Is that
last
Tegan?
one.
Is that Tegan up there on
Yes.
the? Oh my God, you're so mean.
I think she looks like one of those.
Yeah, she kind of does.
The age of man is over. It's time of the orc has come.
The orcs.
This is an example of the limousine list that can't get canceled. The cancel culture, they impose cancel culture on everybody else, but it doesn't seem to come back on them. And I think it's bullshit. And it's time for a lot of these people to be canceled. And Christy Teigen's one of them.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Continues. Over the past month, Teigen has been called out for attacking and bullying young women online after her old tweets came back to haunt her. Teigen was called out for cyberbullying Courtney Stodden when the reality star was just a teenager. Stodden said she was attacked by the model, receiving multiple hateful and abusive tweets. Teigen has been copping a lot of backlash from fans, but also from her business deals, which seem to be crumbling. Today, she was dropped from marketing for her safely cleaning brand she founded with Kris Jenner. After debuting in early May, reports say sales have already tanked following the re-emergence of the tweets she sent in 2011. The latest career blow comes after her Cravings cookware line was dropped from major retailers following those controversial comments to Stodden. Teigen was also forced to withdraw herself from Netflix's Never Have I Ever. Conservative Candace Owens was quick to call out Teigen, demanding she be held accountable for her comments. She's been slamming Teigen's abusive tweets since they resurfaced while blasting the woke Hollywood elite who cannot get cancelled. Owens also revealed it wasn't just Stodden who was cyberbullied by Teigen. She pointed out old tweets that targeted Demi Lovato, Lindsay Lohan, Sarah Palin and Mariah Carey. Owens on her show Candace says it's unacceptable for these Hollywood stars to get away with this behaviour.
So I challenged myself now. I can't go back for Britney, but I challenged myself now to be the adult in the room and to speak out and say this is unacceptable. We're not talking about bullying. We're not talking about cancel culture. What I'm calling for is accountability culture.
Yeah.
I'm calling for consequence culture. I'm calling for a time where it's no longer acceptable to just be an A-list celebrity and be allowed to get away with everything. For too long, being a celebrity has meant never having to say you're sorry. Not anymore.
Now, I don't agree with 99.9% of what Owens has to say, but there's so much hypocrisy all the way around in this report, right down to Christy Teigen and Kris Jenner had a cleaning supply company. When have those two ever fucking cleaned anything in their lives? And, you know, that's just the beginning of it. And then you have the hypocrisy of Candace Owens. Come on.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on.
I was going to say that the Candace show should be the hypocrite show. I mean,
Exactly. It's just
that's-
hypocrisy all
I've
the way around.
taken-
But that's Hollywood. That's
yeah,
Hollywood.
that's yeah, and it's not shit libs. It's just shit. So
Yeah,
it's all
just
it's all
shit.
of them.
It's
It's
all
all
just
of
shit.
them. So, but no, that's great, and that's our Hollywood report, right? That's it on that.
Yep.
And
And fashion in the movie.
oh yeah, fashion in the movies. Now, is this really your fashion, Chanda? Is this
Fashion.
fashion?
This is me and you.
Is this me? Oh, is that me in the background?
No.
Oh my
You're walking
God.
the catwalk.
That's me on the catwalk?
On
Oh,
the
you're
catwalk,
killing me.
yeah.
Yeah, Chanda wins. I lose. Oh my gosh. Do I dare hit this thing? Okay, here we go. I think I'm going to get nauseated. I guess that isn't so bad. Let me try it.
Your shoes are fabulous.
Yeah, they are. Let me take a look at it. Oh yeah, those are Stretton shoes. I love those.
Yeah.
I must
Those
say,
are very Elton John.
I love your hat with your yellow tips on your hair. That looks good too. Very nice. Very nice.
My Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Is that Lady Gaga?
Yeah, that's our very first video. That's when she broke in.
God, I am old. I'm losing my mind. That's what it is. I still can't get past the meat dress. That one killed me. So.
Oh yeah, that was a statement, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was something.
But can I tell you, I have been talking about making a meat suit since the fucking 90s. One time I left this Carl Budding's thin sliced meat out camping and it turned all green and weird colors. And then so we would sit around all stoned and talk about making a suit out of it and how we were going to carve shoes out of canned hands and shit. And then Lady Gaga goes and steals my idea 10 years later.
Yeah, but that's not really meat. That's some processed chemicals, so I wouldn't call it.
The point is I had the idea for the meat dress first.
Well, yeah, but it's not. Her meat
Always
was like
ripping me off.
ribeyes and top sirloins and stuff. You're talking about some processed chemical goo. So I guess that works, huh?
Different levels of what you can afford.
Did you say shoes made out of canned hams? Did you really say that?
I'm telling you, I have been thinking about this for many, many, many years.
You must have been. I would never think it. Well, I guess it's nice and squishy for the toes. Oh, God. Sick, Chanda. Sick.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. All right. It's movie time. It's movie time. So what's the movie tonight?
You picked it. I had a couple on the deck, and this one's called Shattered. I want to say.
Oh, is it the one that I think it is?
Kind of trippy.
Oh, yes. This is one hell of a
It's called
movie.
Echo. This is called Echo.
Yeah, I changed my mind and I picked the other one, but this one was so creepy. You know, we would have played it next week, but we'll play the fun.
Yeah, we'll play it next
The other one was pretty funny. So this one's creepy, but yeah, definitely. Everybody got their popcorn ready? Here we go. Here goes Shanda's creepy movie, but that light bulb moment at the end of it really freaked me out. Yeah, you creeped me out, Chanda. Thank you.
You chose it.
Yeah, I know. I really liked it. It's award winner,
Yeah.
best actress Maria Ruiz, Echo on Reeler short film competition 2018. Yeah, that was really strange. Really
And yeah,
strange.
these are CGI. So I mean, God, they're so incredibly clear for CGI. You know.
Yeah, that's very well done. Shout out to Shadowban Refugee, Super Ray over on the Rockfin. Thank you so much, Shadowban. For the record, my vote is Naked Oz and Chanda. Love the show tonight, you wonderful people. Well, that's such a nice compliment. Thank you for the Super Ray there, Shadowban. It's always fun. We hope to entertain and everybody have a good time. And we're about out of here, aren't we?
We are about out of here. It's time to push our merch. I'm so excited. I got my shirt today. It's so cute.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. How is the graphic? Is it pretty good graphic?
The graphics really good. It's really impressive. It's really clear. On some of the darker designs, I need to change our coloring on the word font.
Okay.
Because you get to choose so many different colors. So I got to go make sure that you can see.
And
But,
you'll do that Monday or Tuesday or something?
oh, yeah, I'm taking tomorrow off.
Yeah. Why? Why take tomorrow off? You haven't been working, right?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Beauty and the Builder merch, and you can get that in our link tree. And I need to get that over on the Rockfin tonight because I
dropped it down on the Rockfin, and it's also in our description down below on the YouTube. And you can always get to all of our donation sites, our Patreons, and even video links from our link tree.
Yeah, no, thanks, guys. Really appreciate the support. Like I said, we're out for it to entertain and
trippy
and have some fun in this gloomy world. So everybody else, our wonderful reporters on the street, like at the Convo Couch, and our other fams, Slow News Day and Franco Analysis, and so many other ones that I am gonna make that credit roll this week. Anna Maris, thank you, Anna Maris, gave us a super raid. Just finished putting up my fire pit together. And too tired to make a fire, but on the upside, all my neighbors were forced to listen to the whole show.
Oh, good. I love those neighbors, don't you?
Yeah, thank you, Anna Maris. It's so kind. And for the win. I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that, Anna. And yeah, we're tired. We've been fighting with this. I've been fighting with this since 6 tonight. So my energy's dragging a little bit, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. And there's a list of our Patreon supporters there. And thank you to everybody who keeps us floating. And thank you for Rockfin. And gosh, what are we going out with tonight? Are we going out with something fun?
Oh, I want to shout Jilly out for her trippy Ray donation over on the Rockfin.
I didn't see that. I'm so sorry.
I can see it.
I do not see that. Thank you, Jilly. Thank you, Jilly. Yeah, trippy. Yeah, it was trippy. It was really trippy. So.
Yeah, I've got a funny one for next week.
Yeah,
so this is a great cover that I found. I love Red Ryder, and this is Lunatic Fringe.
Oh, yeah, A-Rim, we got a super. Thank you so much. So good. Thank you. And we want to do a better presentation. That's why if you notice, you didn't see my mouse floating around so much tonight, which was great. We're doing it in a presentation mode, and once everything's working like I thought it was before we started, it'll look even better. So yeah, we're going to work on that animation. Thanks again, everybody that's shouting us out in support. So, and this is Lunatic Fringe, which is Red Ryder cover. I love it. Chanda, thank you. It's been a long one tonight.
Thank you. It's been a long one. Thank you. I know you've had a rough night. I hope tomorrow you get to kick back and not think about audio all day.
Yeah, I'm not
back at it on Monday.
I'm not even coming in the studio tomorrow. I'll get back at it on Monday.
I don't blame you.
We are not going to do a show Monday night that I'm aware of, unless a meteorite hits someplace. We're going to take Monday off because we're going to work on sound and get that squared away once and for all. Otherwise, I'm going to get out the baseball bat and start fixing it the right way. So anyway, thank you, Chanda. Thank you, everybody in the chats over at National Progressive. Thank you, Osama, and over on the roarmedialive. And I forgot to even stream it to Beauty and the Boomer tonight. I'm going to upload it over there on Beauty and the Boomer.
Oh, that's right.
I'm so sorry.
Our new channel. Head over to our new channel if you haven't subbed yet.
Yeah, I will upload it Monday morning, first thing. I will upload the show, and it won't have all that messy stuff in the beginning. Thanks. Good night, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.